Welcome back again with new topic, guys. There is series that we are doing from last 7 to 8 days. You may simply refer it. There may be the rest between the lectures. Give me us some time. So may I get my tool on board? Okay. Sorry, guys, for inconvenience. Okay, cool. So welcome board again, guys. Here is the new lecture we are coming back with. The lecture is regarding with a book that we are solving from the last 7 to 8 days. That book name is Nemraj Sunda. I think you are enjoying the lecture as well. So, and there may be the sudden change in the channel name. So it was before Nostalgic Agri School, but today you may see the new name on board on the plate. That is that is that is the agriculture mindset. We are doing these things just because of getting better every day. So it's not a fix for the rest of the time of channel, but we may be change for the tomorrow as well. We are looking for the best one. Till when we cannot expand our things on a large scale, till when the things will be continuous. There may be the change for the after a few days again. So it's a pretty obvious. Like you guys, one other, if you may keep yourself as a position of mind, so you may feel what the things are going on in minds, like why do I have to why I do have do change these kind of things on everyday basis. So it help us to boost like for subscribers to attracting the people to get into our channel. So it's a mandatory to do that. Okay, sorry for the long lecture before starting the lecture. So it's a pretty obvious every human's psychology. They want to tell something to the people outside the world. Oh, same like me. So let's get started with the new topic. The topic is that soil structure. Soil structure is our new topic. I think it should be around 3 to 4. I do not know the perfect number is what. Correct number is what? Perfect number. What is this? Okay, no worries at all. What is the correct number of topic? But the sequence maybe should be around 4 to 5. It's maybe whatever it is. The thing is need to be done here. Here is that to learn what is the soil structure. We'll go through one by one. We are focused focused on the completing the lecture. First, we took out of that book is the soil portion. It would help you eventually to cover the guide those who don't want to go through with the books, do not have a habit to read agriculture books and any of books, so they may refer the lecture. And if you are coming from the especially in a medium of English background, so that's for you guys. So simply go through with the lecture and thank me later on. It's not like I want to getting the more subscriber. It just give me a bit of boost of my preparation as well at the same time. So I'm doing this thing just because of that. No purposely. No, the side aim can be the build the audience. The same line I said before when I started the room. So it was so that is also a great course you may refer to. So let's get started. What is the soil structure according to you? You may pause the video and try your own self to give the definition of soil structure. So it's taking I need a word. I need a glass of water. So but let it be. We will take it later. So what is the soil structure according to book? Like I'll read first, then I'll write the key points on board. It's not possible to writing the full book on board, so it's a just explanation out of this. This is the you can simply say that it is a crux of that book that is defining the pretty things. So refers to the arrangement of grouping of primary particles. Example, sand, silt, and clay, they aggregates into the certain pattern is called the soil structure. What the book want to say? The definition according to the book of the soil structure is that it is a definite pattern. It is arrangement of primary soil particle, arrangement of primary soil particles, arrangement of primary soil particles what is the primary soil particles are? We already discussed the soil structure where we did study about the soil particles that are sand, silt, and clay. These are the primary soil particles. Arrangement of primary soil particles and silt clay in a specific pattern or specific, specific or in a definite pattern. In a definite pattern. That is known as a soil structure. That that's we call soil structure. Simple as that. Cool. Okay. Soil structure is what? Arrangement of primary soil particles. Primary soil, but then you may refer the some other things as well, like pets and cloths. Arrangement of pets and cloth or primary soil particles in a definite pattern or specific pattern that is known as the soil structure. Too simple. Okay. The next line is it refers to the physical shape of the soil aggregates. Okay, there might be like cells. It is a just what is the aggregate? Let me tell you the first we already discussed, but it's my responsibility to explain again. So what is the soil aggregate? Soil aggregate is a basically group of soil particles. There are two type of aggregates. Okay, that we can learn by the simple trick by that NP or SE. Natural aggregates is beds and artificial aggregates called the cloths. So it's a group of soil particles. Oh my God. Okay, group of soil particles that is known as a soil soil beds or cloths or aggregates. Right. So it refers to the physical shape of the soil aggregates. Like imagine that there are the soil aggregates. We have a few soil aggregate. They are also can be the in a definite pattern to make the soil structure. So there may be the big mixture with the small soil aggregates. Okay, so this form the soil structure. So there may be the another shape as well. So these kind of things is the physical shape of soil aggregate. Like it form a very a specific physical shape that refers to the soil structure. That like want to say simple as that. Soil structure can be the change added by the agronomic practices or plowing, cultivation, drainage, or liming and manuring. Okay. We did a study about that. The soil structure is a permanent property. It's soil texture. That's my fault. Soil texture is a prime soil texture is a fixed or permanent property. It can't be changed with that any of practice except the putting the soil from the outside in the field. So, but in case of the soil structure, it may be changed by the agriculture practices. Soil structure can be changed. Can be changed. It is a not a permanent property. How we can change it by agronomic practices. Agronomic practices like tillage, manuring, drainage. We can change by this certain mode. So this is the thing about the soil structure. So let's take the let's go the further line. Primary particles and silt clay usually grouped together in the form soil. That thing is already discussed. They are saying is that primary soil particles and sand, silt, and clay grouped together. So that group is known as the soil aggregates. So that's what it is. So let it be. Chalo. Natural aggregates are called the things it's already discussed, NP or AC. Natural aggregates, the aggregate which is formed naturally, that is known as the PEDs, and the artificial formed aggregates by the uh, machineries that is known as a clots. Cool. So let's do the next one. Classification of soil structure. So classification, new topic is that the classification of soil structure. So what is the classification of soil structure? So the line is saying structure is studied in the field under natural condition. It is described under the three categories. There are three categories on which we classify the soil structure. What are the three categories? So these three categories are first one is a type, then the second one is a class, and third one is a grade. So these are the three categories of soil structure or for the classification. In type, what we do study about, in type we do study about the shape of and the form of arrangement of pattern of beds. Like they are studying the shape or arrangement pattern of pattern management pattern of aggregates or beds. Step where we talk about the shape of aggregates in type. So type is basically study about the shape of aggregates simply. Class talk about the size of beds. Then thing will be goes to the size, then the category would be the class, and the last thing goes to the grade. Grade goes to the degree and distinctness, how unique they are from each other. So distinctness and durability also, how durable they are, how long they can be degreased against the thing. So classification of soil structure basically on the three bases. First one is a type, second one is a class, third one is a grade. Type. Type goes to the type mainly talking about the shape of aggregates or beds, or class talk about the size of aggregates or beds, or the grade that is talk about the distinctness and durability of the beds. Cool? Pretty simple. Let's go to the first one. First classification based category is that type of soil structure. Okay, let me write first. Let's let's do it one by one. So there are the four principal form of soil structure. In type, there are the four principal. There are the four principal for the type. Then first we have on board is that plate-like. It's a type of structure. First type of structure is that plate-like. All right. What is a plate-like structure? Says to us, so the horizontal axis or dimension are larger than the vertical axis. Very simply saying is that the horizontal axis is more developed than the larger one. That means if there is a soil structure, that means horizontal axis is more developed than the vertical axis. That is the basic funda of that plate-like structure. Plate-like soil structure. So vertical axis is less developed and the horizontal axis is more developed. So that refers to the simply which is structure to the that structure is the plate structure. When the units are thick, they are called plate. When the unit are thick, these are the units. So when the unit are thick, that refers to the plating, and when the unit are thin, then it's called the lamina. What we said, what the plate structure said, when the horizontal axis is more developed than the vertical axis. So that soil structure refers to the platy soil structure. There are two type of platy structure. First one is a platy, or second one is a laminar. When the plates or units are thick, that is goes to the platy. That name is referred to the platy, and the units are thinner, then it's called the lamina. Okay, right. Platy structure is the most notable surface of virgin soil, but maybe the present in the soil subsoil as well. Okay. They are saying the platy structure is presented in virgin soil surface of virgin soil surface. Platy structure is basically found in a surface of virgin soil. So this line is saying, and it may be present in the subsurface as well. So surface soil is mainly refers for the A horizon. So basically, platy structure is found in a horizon. That things is saying to us. All right. What this line mean? Basically, the platy soil structure is basically found in the surface soil of the virgin surface of the virgin soil, and in a horizon. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, and it's sometimes it may be found in the subsoil as well. So this is a type. This type is inherent from the parent material, especially in the exchange of water and ice. This structure is the result of parent material. Parent material. Guys, please do not focus on the writing. It's just because of we are taking the lecture. Not, I don't want things that exaggerated in the things of writing. It will take the too much time and will make lecture too more longer. So I don't want to waste the more time to you guys. We are just uh, going through a book, so it's not a right thing to waste a lot of time. Like we are getting the overview. So why we do have to waste? All right, I think you are getting my point. So. So I think it's clear to you all, like it's a result from the inherent parent material, and that is the basically by ice and water. Cool. Then the plate type, type of structure is completed. Let's move to the second one. Second one is a prism-like. What we have to do, just we have to do the contradiction of the first one. Vertical is more developed, horizontal is less developed. So that structure is goes to the prism-like. So prism-like solid structure. So in prism-like solid structure, vertical axis, vertical axis is more developed, and horizontal axis is less developed. Horizontal, less developed. All right. This this structure simply is known as that prism-like solid structure. There are the two type of prism-like structure. What that can be prismatic, and there is a columnar. What is the prism-like? Like imagine that there are they are saying. Let me just erase the thing. So imagine that this is the prismatic structure. Okay, I'm not a great painter, so I cannot make the perfect picture, but I may try my best. I'm a fan of Masnubai in regarding with the making the diagram. So don't get offended by the paintings that I'm drawing for you guys. Okay, so what is the prismatic and what is the prismatic and columnar? So prismatic when the upper surface of the structure is that sharp, cut to cut. That soil structure is known as prismatic. When the upper surface of the soil structure is rounded, that is goes to the columnar. It's clear to you. Columnar is what? When the upper surface is rounded. Sorry for the disturbance again, guys. Cool. Let's move to the next one. Okay, I'm back again. Okay, so we were on the prismatic. Okay, giving a pillar like sepia, we know prismatic is a three pillar like vary length from 1 to 10 centimeter, commonly occurs in the subsoil horizon and arid or somewhere. The height you can imagine, the height of pillars may vary from the 1 to 10 centimeters, and it's generally found in the P horizon of the soil. Subsurface soil we can refer simply, and B horizon of which soil is a arid and semi-arid area. Uh, in which area, sorry, not soil, in arid or semi-arid area. Cool. Okay. What is the next thing? When the top are rounded, there is columnar and the flat. Okay, that we already discussed. Let's move to the next one. That the third type of structure is that block like block like soil structure. What the block like soil structure is told to us? It says to us, oh my God, all three dimension are about the same size. Okay, all three dimension are same size. Irregular six faces with their three dimension more or less equal. Irregular six faced. Okay. Faced. What is the faced? When they imagine that they are the three direction of the soil are equally divided, like horizontal, vertically, or y-axis also. So imagine that there are the things like I want to draw these things like this, but these are the different. So they are saying this faces is irregular, but they are fixed in the size. What is the next about this thing? All three, the first thing we discussed is all three dimensions are equally same size, irregular six face, and the dimensions are more or less equal. These type of usually are confined in the subsoil. Block-like soil structure is generally found in B horizon, B to B block, block-like in B horizon. All right, confined in the subsoil. Characteristics have the much with the soil drainage area. Okay, characteristics have the much. It is good in drainage, aeration, or root penetration. This is good structure. There are the two types, angular or subangular. Angular or subangular. Subangular. What is meaning by that? Imagine that they are all direction are equally divided. When they imagine that the square do not have a sharp corner, it's rounded from the corner, so that soil structure of block type is goes to the subangular soil blocky soil structure, and when the corner are very sharp, they form a exact angle. So exact not a 90 angle, it's maybe different, but the angle is very sharp, then it goes to the angular blocky, right? Cool. I hope it's clear to you. It's generally a block like structurally block like soil structure is generally found in the B horizon. That's the thing to discuss, and all our direction are equally divided. You can remember simple. The fourth soil, the fourth type of soil structure is that spheroidal. Spheroidal like soil structure. So what it said, rounded aggregates or beds not more than the 2 centimeter in a diameter often lose their condition in the air. The diameter is not rounded. Rounded aggregates or beds, they are saying the rounded, they formed rounded structure. Not exactly round, but shape is like rounded. There is a soil aggregate that form the rounded structure. More or less, their size is less than 2 centimeter diameter often in a loose condition found in an air horizon. The things we get out of this content is that the size is not more than 2 centimeter of the spheroidal soil that form the rounded shape, and they usually found in a air horizon. Okay, what's the next? This is a specific. This is the specific to surface soil particle in organic grass or soil grassland. Okay, they are saying this type of soil structure is high in organic matter. Then you found in grassland area. Okay, and this is structure. And this structure, infiltration, percolation, and the aeration are not affected by the wetting soil. Okay, they are saying if the soil is too wet, they are not affected the aeration, drainage, and percolation. These all things are getting done with very easy manner in a very easy manner with the right SO, not affected by the humus water and all. They group into two part. Okay, the good thing is come here from here. So in this soil, so this is the, let me just tell you, the spheroidal type is the best out of the four type of soil structure. Okay, these are divided into two type, that is a granular and one is a crumbly. What is the difference between the granular and crumbly soil structure? That is a type of always remember these two are the type of the spheroidal soil structure, and the spheroidal type structure is the best soil structure for the crop production, best soil structure for crop production. Okay, So there are the two type of spheroidal soil structure we have is that one is a granular and then one is crumbly. So what is the difference between those? So in granular case there is a less porosity, and in crumbly in case we have more porosity. Cool. What is the next line? So they divided these two things. So let discuss one by one. Granular. First one is a granular. The aggregates of this group are usually termed as a granular, which are relatively less porous. Okay, less porous. The things we need to remember: less porous, and the structure is granular. Then the aggregate form under this soil structure that is a granular. Okay, what is the difference? Okay, you simply may remember these things by the things very common: granular and the granular. Okay, these fine soil is there. These are the fine aggregate soil, good for the crop cultivation. Fine aggregate soil. Fine aggregate get soil good for crop cultivation. Crop cultivation. I don't know what is the meaning by this line. Like this is a very common line that can be used for the another soil as well. So not too much deeper. So let's go to the next one. There is a crumbly soil. Okay. What is the crumbly soil? Says when the granular are especially porous as a crumb. So most suitable cultivation of the crop. Hence the granular and crumb soil structure are most favorable for the plant growth. Okay, what they are saying they more porous. Porosity is high in comparison to granular here. So more porous in comparison to the granular one. Most suitable, most suitable soil structure for the crop production. The answer goes to the crumbly one. Suitable soil structure for crop production. I hope it's clear to you in your mind. All right. Most suitable except for the crop and hence both granular and we already talked about that. The granular and crumbly are the best structure out of four. Cool. So here is the end of first category of classification that is based on the type they decide on the basis of shape. Cool. Then we will go with the next one. That is the class. Class talk about the size. So when the things we're talking about the and soil structure regarding with the size of aggregates, then it goes to the class category of classification of soil structure. So what class simply talk about? It determines the size of beds, each primary structural type of soil different into the five size classes. Okay, the class is saying determine or determination of bed size. And on the basis each type is divided into five classes. Five classes. Each type, that type we already discussed, there are the four types: plate like, prism like, block like, or spheroidal. So these uh four type divided in five. Every one type of soil structure is divided into five classes. The thing is wanted to say to you. All right. So what are these five classes? Are that first one is a very fine, very fine or very thin. Okay. The next one is a fine or thin. Then the third one is that medium. Then the fourth one, coarse or thick, coarse or thick. And the last fifth one is that very coarse. This is the A guy, so or very thick. So these are the five classes on the basis of their size. There is the size. There are the size ranges as well. What is the size? But the book is not saying anything about these things. So why I go to too much deeper into this? Because we are following the book. We are not giving our notes from our side, but we can give simply. But I don't want to make the mess. If you are taking the reference at the same time of lecture, so why we do have to get confused in this. Cool. The second classification is done on the basis of classes and on the basis of size. So third one we have on board is that the grade. On the basis of grade, what was the principal? Grade indicate the degree or distinctness and durability of the individual object. Grade talks about what? It talks about the durability and distinctness. Distinct, how the aggregates are different to each other. That refers to the distinctness and durability, how longer they can each extend the resistance of many factors for the environment like water, wind. So that refers to the grade. So I think it's clear to you. They talk about the distance and durability. It is determined by the stability of the aggregates. Okay, stability of aggregates. Because what is meaning by that durability? That simply talk about the stability, right? How they can resist the opposing of environment against the soil structure. So grade of soil structure influenced by the moisture content. Grade of soil structure is generally influenced by soil moisture. Soil moisture. Okay, that is clear to your mind. Grade also depend on the organic matter and soil texture. Grade also depend on what on soil texture and organic matter. Okay, I hope it's clear to you. Like grade on the basis of durability and distinctness, we do have classified the soil structure. What we do test in this, the stability of the aggregates against the different factor of the environment, like wind or water, how it can be the last longer. Grade of soil structure, it can be affected by the soil. Grade of soil structure may be affected by the soil moisture present in that, and by the soil factor that is soil structure, soil texture, and the organic matter. Organic matter also can affect the grade of soil structure. Cool. So last topic regarding with the soil structure from the book is that factor affecting the soil structure, affecting of the soil structure. Okay, the first factor is the addition of organic matter increase the aggregate formation. Okay, if you add the organic matter in the soil, aggregation would be the high. The thing is talking about because organic matter bind the soil particles. That the reason behind this aggregation would be the high just because of that. Intensive cultivation destroys the soil structure. Intensive, intensive, intensive cultivation. Don't go to the right spelling for on board like I'm writing too fast, so I may miss and I miss the sequence of the word as well. So it's just because of the we don't wanna taking too much time in these things. We already know very well those. So destroy the soil structure, destroy the soil structure because of dense cultivation. We are growing the crop again and again without any management practices. It ultimately goes to the destroy the soil structure. That soil structure will be the poor in the aeration in case of the drainage and the different properties at the same time. So dense cultivation or intensive cultivation also the destroy of the soil structure. For good soil structure, tillage operation should be done at a optimum moisture. Okay, good soil structure, good soil structure can be achieved on a right point of tillage on the right point that moisture content that point is there for. Generally, we do on the field capacity. Okay. Uh, the next thing we do study is that the sodium ion destroy the soil structure. Okay, yeah, sodium is responsible for the deflocculation. Then destroy the aggregate. For sodium have the capacity of the deflocculation. Calcium and also destroy the root of mostly grasses and legumes improve the granulation. If you grow the grasses and legumes, and legumes. Improve the granulation of soil. Okay. There is a one last point remaining is that root and root hairs help to develop the crumbly structure. Crumbly structure is formed by root and root hairs. I hope it will not come in the examination because it's a basic theory portion. So I hope you enjoy a lot and wish you for the best in for examination ahead that you have in your mind. So signing off, it's me, James Mira. I hope you are enjoying the lecture and you may subscribe to the channel as well. Cool. Thank you.